Hey guys, today's video is about how do we calculate pot odds and how do we work out the percentages of us winning pots and whether it's the right call to make on certain situations. So let's use an example and let's use the rule that everybody uses, which is the 4-2 rule. What is the 4-2 rule, you ask? Well, the 4-2 rule is the rule that after the flop, you calculate how many outs you've got and you times it by 4, and then after the turn, you times it by 2. So we'll use an example here. You've got 2 hearts in the small blind, the big blind's also there, everybody's folded around to you, you raise it, let's just say you've got the king, queen of hearts, you raise it to $10, and the person behind you in the big blind calls. So they called $10, so the pot is now $20. The flop comes 2 hearts, you check, and then they bet $10. How do we work out the percentages of whether this is the right call to make and get a positive V value? So what we do is we take how many outs you've got. So you've got 9 hearts, and then we times it by 4, which will give us 36%. Now, then you got to take the actual how much money's in the pot. So there's $30 in the pot, and they're needing you to call $10 to get that $30, which is 33%. So this is actually a positive play. You're meant to hit at 36% of the time, you only have to call 33% of the pot to get that 36%. So you're positive by 3%. So you've got to make this call every single time. As we know, poker is purely a percentages game, purely a math game, and over the long term, it's going to work out. So you make this call. Now let's just say on the turn, you don't hit your card, and then they bet $20 into the pot. What do? Now we take, again, our 9 outs, we times it by 2 this time, so it gets us to 18%. Are we getting the value to call? No, because what happens is we've got to take, there's $40 in the pot now, then they're betting 20. So we've got $60 in the pot, and they're asking us to call $20 to win $60. Again, 1 in 3, 33% chance. But now the odds are telling us that we're only meant to win this hand 18% of the time. So it's not positive value to call this in any situation. So this is where you'll be able to fold. This is where you can use the 4-2 rule to really know how close the percentages are. Now, obviously it's not a perfect science. The percentages are quite slightly out, but it's close enough to actually be able to get a positive result. Now, most people will say, yeah, but why don't you play off feeling? Do you feel that card coming? Poker is not about feelings. The only situation it's about feelings is when you're body reading somebody and whether you think they're bluffing or not. In these situations, we're purely talking about math. If you stick to the math game, your game will be a lot better over the long run because you'll be getting your percentages right and everything. So make sure you use the 4-2 rule to be able to calculate these percentages. Thank you very much for watching this video. Can't wait to see you all again soon.